What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chart Striker. This is your host, Dana. Hope all of you have had a good weekend so far, a nice one, because Bitcoin has been okay. Bitcoin has been okay, so I hope you've been happy for the pumps and everything else. You know, you have to take it in. You have to take it in and enjoy it while it's happening, because it's not gonna last forever. Okay, we have our ups and downs in the market, so I hope you've have had a nice, happy, healthy weekend. So let's get on with it. I'm a bit late because I had technical difficulties. Been trying to fix it for the past 2 hours. I was about to give up, but then suddenly it decided to work. So I was like, okay, good, fine. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so Bitcoin weekly candle closed in a very nice way. Like, looking at the weekly, I have to say, it closed better than expected. Like, I was not expecting this. The last time, the last time we closed, this good was somewhere around these areas before, things went down south. But the last time we closed, a bit high after a downtrend was on September 22nd, September 22nd, okay? So it is looking good. I thought we would pull back a little bit, but that didn't happen. When I say pull back, I mean, just, a little bit. And I mean really a little bit, to the loss of $22,000. But that didn't happen. We came all the way to 22,300, something like that. And then we just, kind of pulled up pretty much. So oscillators are bullish. And one more thing, very important to take with us today. The RSI is in bullish territories, okay? RSI is in bullish territories, soon, very soon. If it keeps on going like this, that is, like, weekly is looking good. But you guys know, I always tell you, we have to wait to, for 24 to 48 hours just to see, what is gonna build, because we can't just take this with us and go like, okay, fine, it closed in a nice, bullish, way. Because of it, we're just gonna decide it's bullish. No, let's give it, 24 to 48 hours and then see what's going on. But so far, so good. We can't complain really. Now let's head over to the daily, since we gotta give this time to mature, even though it's important to have a look at it. And another thing I have to point out, we closed above critical areas, which is this level, okay, 22,500 ish. That was very important for the weekly candle close, okay? So now let's head over to the daily and see what's going on. Okay, daily, there is something brewing, guys. There is something brewing. I can see that there is some indecision in the market. The bears are, trying to show their faces. They're trying to say hi, hello. We're still here, like, we're trying to do something, but there's a fight going on between the bulls and the bears. It's clear as the sky right now, okay? We do have this, bad divergence that is still building. Like, it's overcooked, guys. It's overcooked. RSI is overcooked. Do not get it confused with something else. Like, things aren't looking, okay here, but I don't like those indecision candles that we have in front of us. Besides, on top of that, on the daily, we need to see a candle close above this level, $23,200-ish, for this to continue, okay? So at least these levels. Now, if we see Bitcoin close above $25,000, that would change the sentiment of the market, from bearish, at least for me, from bearish to a bit bullish, at least for Q1, Now I'm not talking about macro, but I did tell you guys, this did tell us that a major low could be coming, okay? And the fact that we closed above this, 18,000, 500-ish dollars, and then on a daily above this area, above 20, 19,000-ish dollars, kind of reassured that the major low was in for now. For now, I don't know about the macro, but for the major low, it's definitely in. Okay, we can't deny it. Look at this. Look at this run. Since I spoke about the bulls coming, we should be cautious. Like, I don't think we'll be, it's possible that we go down because I can't be 100% sure. But looking at the markets on the daily, I told you guys that there was a run coming from many alts and Bitcoin specifically, okay? Since then, we've gone up, what, 40%? 40%, okay, in 22 days. That's not a little bit when it comes to Bitcoin. If it was something else, okay, fine. But Bitcoin, 22 days, 40% up. It's not, I mean, do you guys understand? This is something, special going on here with Bitcoin. Like, January 2023 is a good start to the year, okay? But we have this indecision going on the daily. I really do not like it. Like, if we take the fib from the highs, let me just remove all the indicators. Hold on. Remove indicators. And we do this. Just want to make sure I have the right low. Here it is. Okay. On the weekly, looking at the fib, the main area is around 35-ish to 37-ish $1,000. Okay, this is the main area when it comes to the weekly. Now let's have a look at the daily, because I told you guys, you might call me crazy because I'm talking about, well, $30,000 is not far away. It is possible, because I know a lot of bears do not think so, but we have to adapt to what's going on in the markets, right? We have to adapt. We can't be hard-headed and go like, no, it's never ever gonna be coming, and so on and so forth, when price is literally moving. Okay, on the daily now, let me just pull this down. You guys know I don't use the fib, but just to make it, just to see what's going on in general, why not right now? Notice this. We just hit the, like, even if I brought up the harmonics right now, like if I use the harmonic patterns, we would have seen the same conclusion, okay? In other words, because we are at the 88, well, I think 78.6. I think we're at the 78.6 right now. This box that I drew without the fib, okay, would bring us all the way, to around the 88 point. Like, this is important, guys, to the 88.6 areas. So we are above the golden, pocket, which was around these levels. Hence, we saw some type of consolidation, around these areas, okay? But it's still not like, it doesn't look like it's completely done. Like, I can't say the bulls are completely gone yet, and I can't either say that they are completely tired. There is a fight going on, though. There's a difference. Right now, there was no fight going on at these levels, right? Then there was this fight going on here. That's why we saw it, consolidate sideways and so on and so forth. But of the fib, Mark, these things are things that I, decided, to take up in the Patreon and so on and so forth. But You can use the normal fib. There is no problem. You can use the normal fib, and you'll probably, just let me try to show you. Hold on. Let me try to show you in just a different chart. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see this? Is it clear? Sorry because it's white, but maybe I can change the color right away. Okay, there you go. You see this mark? If I use the fib this way, got it? Let's bring out the weekly again. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So, in the trading view that is for free, or where people have the normal settings, these are the normal settings, default settings on the fib. Okay, if you guys want to know where the golden pocket is, it's around these levels right here, right around these levels. Okay, so these levels are important, and when I'm talking about the 78.6, it's somewhere around these levels. Okay, so it's pretty much the same. It's just that I took away the colors and so on and so forth. Then we got the 50, 38, 0.38, and so on and so forth. Why don't you draw from the... We are gonna discuss this a bit. If you hold on, I can discuss this a bit later on the show, because I want to get to the TA of Bitcoin and so on and so forth, Mark. But I will get back to this and make you understand, okay? But right now, just wanted to say these are the levels one should have a look at, golden fib. And if it's the opposite, let's say we do this like this, then it's right here. Okay, all right, let's move on with the TA now. So indecision, fight going on, so on and so forth, but it's still looking fine. Now let's go ahead and look at the 4-hourly. This is gonna be important. Look guys, let me leave you with this. On the daily, and like on the daily, if we do not see a close below this level, $21,800, we are fine. We are fine. Okay, if we see that though, we can pull back like all the way to those lows of 21,300 ish, $21,000, very possible. But as long as Bitcoin holds above this red dashed line, it's fine. It's fine. There's not much to worry about. We can pull back, like if we break below this level right here, 22,500 ish, that's the support that I'm looking at right now. Okay, for now. Of course this can change with time, but for now this is what I'm looking at. On the hourly, on the 4-hourly, it's a bit different, of course. On the 4-hourly, as long as we do not close above below $22,000, it's okay. It's okay. If we do, we can pull back to this support area, the top of this channel, all the way from 21,700 ish to 21,400 ish on the 4-hourly time frame is fine. But right now, this support that I've been talking about for 3-4 days now, recent days, it's still holding. Like we pulled back a little bit, but it's fine. There's not much going on. So like if you ask me, it's fine. It's just that the bears are showing their faces right now. We have some fight going on. Hopefully they don't take over, but if they do, you'll know it if we close below $22,400 ish, around this level on the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, then they are here definitely. Like if you want to be a bit more conservative, closing below 22,560 would take us back to this bottom of this box. this support box right here, okay? So that's what's going on pretty much. Then to the upside, if we see any 4-hourly candle close above this level, but daily of course would be better, but 4-hourly candle close above this level would also do it. Then eventually see around 24,200-ish dollars, okay? If we see any 4-hourly candle close above 24,200-ish dollars, will eventually come, to these levels. Simple as that, fine? So that's what's going on. We have, still, like, I think since, let me check it out now. Yeah, since this pullback, we've had some, negative momentum on the oscillators, like our size kind of resetting, which we need. It would have been better even if the daily would reset, but right now, so far, it's just on the 4-hourly. Not bad, okay, not bad. But this is what's going on with Bitcoin. Like, it's looking interesting still. It's just that the bears are clearly showing their faces right now. So, yeah. On the hourly, if you guys missed the fact that there was, some steam being lost, by the bulls right here, then you kind of missed this move. But I think, I'm not so sure, but I think I mentioned that the level that I was looking at, for now at least, was around, 23,000 to 23,200-ish dollars. We came all the way to 23,000, 400-ish almost, but not so far from the targets I was talking about. I mean, it went, a bit beyond, but it's fine. Right now, I'd expect some, like, short term, unless we see a close above this level right here, okay, around 23,000-ish. I expect us, to go at least, to that level right now at this moment. Because look, guys, there's some nice divergence on the hourly. Like looking at both, oscillators, we have some nice divergence. It's only gonna be invalid if we see a close below 20,900-ish dollars. But until then, it's pretty much brewing. It's building right now. It's developing. Okay, we have this hard resistance around 23,200, like 23,300-ish. If we're gonna be, a bit more conservative, but any hourly candle close above that level, okay, if you want to be very conservative, then $23,400. But any hourly candle close above 23,300-ish dollars would imply that we could go a bit higher, okay? So that's Bitcoin pretty much. Now let's head over to Ethereum. ETH. I think this one is also looking fine, Ethereum. So, weekly. Okay, this is not a coincidence that we are kind of halting by this, close to this hardline again, okay? But look at the weekly candle close, guys. I can't say it's that bad. The bad divergence that was kind of building is not, it's invalid right now. Right now it's invalid, okay? So it's looking good if you ask me. It's looking good. It's not looking that bad on the weekly. But let's give it 24 to 48 hours and see what happens, okay? On the daily, one could argue it's not looking as good as the weekly right now. But as long as we do not see a close, okay, below 1,600-ish, it's pretty much fine. Like major support is still around this level. Let me just pull this up and go to the 4-hourly because there is not much to discuss on the daily that much. Right here, okay, between 1,550-ish to $1,500, okay? That is if we see a close. You see old resistance, right? If you see any candle close below this level right here, then that would mean we could, pull back all the way to around 1,550-ish to $1,500. Very possible, okay? I do not want to get in to deeper support levels because I don't think it's necessary right now by the way things are looking. RSI and oscillators are still bullish on the daily pretty much. Like RSI is resetting. Well, it did reset already. Kind of looks like it wants to rise up again. On the 4-hourly, we have this bad divergence, that already developed. If we look at the RSI, for example, not much on the MACD, but on the histogram, I mean, but RSI definitely there. MACD is bearish right now. We have this negative momentum on the oscillators. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's talk levels now to the upside. So if we can see it break above this hard line, guys, okay, which I think is possible, because look, Ethereum is still looking a bit stronger than Bitcoin. Do not ask me why, I have no idea why, but it's definitely still looking, a bit better than Bitcoin's, okay? If we can, close above this area, above the hard line, eventually there's not much, holding us really until $1,800-ish to $1,850. Like, really, there isn't much. There isn't much right now. So we could meet resistance around 1,850. Let me just draw it for you. Between 1,750-ish to 1,850. Okay, just to be a bit more flexible. So right around these areas. And this is on the daily I'm talking about. Okay, I kind of drew it on the wrong chart. Hold on. So right here we got the resistance. I think this is third. Let me just check. Let's see now. We had our first here, right? Second here. Okay, cool. Third here. Okay, this is the fourth. Okay, this is the fourth resistance on the daily. Or maybe third. Let me just, I think it's third actually. Because the other ones, I'm guessing it was, one of them was on the 4-hourly time frame, not the daily. But this is on the daily. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what I'm looking at when it comes to Ethereum. Just if we see any close above $1,700, if you want to be a bit more conservative, then see eventually next around these levels. Okay, so the levels to the downside if we kind of close below this area, and the levels to the upside. Looking at the 4-hourly, we could see that there's a fight going on and so on and so forth. Looking at the Easterns, pretty much the same. We lose this support right here, see eventually around these levels. Okay, pretty much the same. So we can move on with the next thing, right? What do you think of the RSI indicator on the weekly chart? Well, as I always say, oscillators are lagging indicators. Lagging indicators mean that they play out after price action kind of builds or, takes, a turn to some area. So it's not like they tell us where things are going below, but, they don't tell us where things are going before they happen, okay? They don't. They kind of follow price action. But on Ethereum, RSI is above neutral. If it continues like this, we could, see it, come to the bullish areas. We could see it come there, but nothing is a certainty. We have to let it give it time to develop first, and then from there we will see what happens. But right now it is above neutral. It is fine. But yeah, let's give it some time. I mean, there is this bad divergence that I do not like on the weekly Ethereum. Like it's gonna be invalid though if we see a close above $2,000. Like I said, last week, if we see any close above this gray zone, okay, around 1,920, $2,000, eventually it's gonna be invalid. But until then, it is there. Let's not neglect it, okay? But it's not looking like it was a bad weekly close for Ethereum, okay? It's still looking fine. Last time it had a nice close. I mean, last time it had a nice close was somewhere around October 22nd. I mean, October 2022, not 22nd. Since then, we've had this downtrend and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I'm still leaning. We could have, short-term corrections, so on and so forth. But I'm still leaning, towards the bullish side more than anything else right now. I'm still, staying on that lane. When it was time to be bearish, we've been bearish for a long time. I've been streaming since this whole, bearish action happened since May, I think May or June, 2022. I had a bit of a break because I was busy doing some other things, but I've been, bearish, bearish, bearish. But right now, leaning more towards the bullish on, the weekly and so on and so forth. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. For hourly, daily, one could argue, okay, but weekly is still looking fine. So that's Ethereum. Like, we have to adapt. We can't, stay bearish when markets is looking the way it is. We can expect some, short-term corrections. It's another thing, but saying that this is bearish, the way it's looking, the way it's been acting, you either are in denial or you're maybe in short positions. You do not want to accept the truth, but it's yeah, it's not, it's undeniable that it's been good since the beginning of January, end of December. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Like last time, on the last stream, we had a look at so many altcoins, so many, like I can't keep count. Today we're gonna like try to look at a few and see where we end up. If we end up, talking about more altcoins or less altcoins and so on and so forth, we'll see. Okay, let's start off with the Aptos, because I did make a short video earlier today. Now let's see how the weekly goes for that one. Guys, awesomeness, pretty much awesomeness. This is not bad. This is not bad, okay? Like, there's not enough data for me, to say this or that. Let me have a look at KuCoins. Hold on. Just in case there's some more, data there instead. KuCoin. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. Okay, fine. Anyways, weekly, strong, bullish, candle. I can't say, strong, bullish, engulfing candle, but it's a strong, very strong candle, okay? Let's have a look at the daily. Not looking that bad either here. I mean, it's okay. It's really okay. Our side though. Our side needs to take a break eventually. Like, I did say it could go parabolic. Okay, fine. And it is going parabolic, but this is nuts. Like, it is in very overboughtish territories. Very overboughtish territories. Like, we need to cool off. It needs to cool off, okay? It needs to cool off bad. So this doesn't, just, have a deep, sharp decline eventually. This is madness right here. Let's have a look at the, you know, for Ali, because I can't see much. Like positive momentum on the oscillators, nice candle. Like it's not a weak candle. It's nice. It's nice. Okay, it's not a bad one. No indecision yet. Nowhere. Fine. Okay, for Ali, like I said earlier, it's pretty much the same. We do have this resistance around these levels, okay? Around 14.3-ish dollars. Any hourly candle close above this area right here, see eventually around 14.9, 15.2. I know it's difficult, to see any reasons for that looking at the chart, but like I said, I've made my own calculations, and this is what I'm expecting next. Okay, if you can see an hourly or for hourly candle close above 14.4-ish dollars. Okay, we pulled back to support. We never broke below this level, so it means we are still pretty much fine. There is no bad thing going on, but I do not like this candle right here. Our size kind of declining at, while price is going up. We do have some clear bad divergence kind of building right now. Not on the histogram though. Okay, looking back, not on the histogram, but if you look a bit closer, it's also there. We do have some bad divergence, building on the histogram as well. Now, this is still bullish, but looks like MACD is trying to curl, like trying to roll over, okay? And if it does, plus this action right here, and if support doesn't hold, like if we break anywhere, below 12.4, any 4-hourly candle close below 12.4, we are gonna come a bit lower, guys. I'm telling you, like anything between 11.7 to $11, I won't be shocked. If that happens, I won't be shocked. Like, it's possible. Let's have a look at the hourly. Okay, cool. Old resistance held as new support. Fine. We pulled back. We might come and retest, prior highs right now. We'll see if it breaks above this level. Good. See eventually around $15. If it doesn't, if it gets rejected again, that's another warning, that the bears might be, around these levels trying to smash the price, back down. So beware. But so far it's looking fine. Like I can't say it's looking that bad either. Like small time, short-term corrections is very, very likely to happen. But all in all, it's not looking that bad yet, okay? There is no nice divergence that I can see on the histogram, but on the R side, clear, nice divergence, probably developing right now with this candle as well. So I don't know, it's just looking good. I told you guys, okay, when we were around $8 or something like that, I told you if we close above 9.8 or something like that, around $10 on the weekly, expect good times for ALTCOINS. And we spoke about it, way in time. I spoke about it like 2-3 weeks ago, and then I spoke about it again like 2-3 days ago, and then I spoke about it again before this pump happened. Aptos is not looking bad at all, and I mean, on the daily and so on and so forth. Like short-term corrections is possible. That wouldn't be something that's weird. If we close, let me tell you this: if we close anywhere below 9.9 to $10 on a daily, then expect some greater pullback, okay? But for now, as long as this holds, this area right here, between 12.9 to 11.7, it's really fine, okay? Let's move on. Chat, is the music too loud? Let me know in that case, because to me it just sounds, normal. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Litecoin. This is another weekly candle close that we should have a look at. Litecoin. this is one of my favorites, guys. And this is one of my favorites because I know Aptos has been, good too, and so on and so forth. Actually, many of those coins have been nice, but Litecoin, we caught it around $60 already. People talk about, the bottom. People can't, catch the bottoms, but sometimes you're lucky enough to be able to catch it. Awesome, Mago, welcome to the show. Didn't know you were here. Glad to see that you're here too. Hope you've had a good day so far. So we are still below this level when it comes to Litecoin. We need to see a close above, $90. And there is some indecision going on the weekly when it comes to Litecoin right now. And this is on the weekly, okay? Unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's kind of showing that there's a fight going on the weekly right now. That is strange. It doesn't mean we're gonna pull back or something like that, on the weekly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there is a fight going on between the bulls and the bears right now, okay? RSI is fine. There is really let me just double check. Yep. There is no bad divergence on the RSI really. Like there is one, but short term there is no, bad divergence. But there is one that could be respected if eventually, while we're going up, when we come to the levels of $130, if we do not break above it, and I'm telling you now, not when we're close to that level, so you already know, okay, this is months ahead we're talking about it. If we do not see a close above $130 and we see some rejection around these levels when, price comes to these levels, then remember, I'm telling you now, remember that we are gonna see some bad divergence, build. If we can't close a weekly above this level when we're close to these areas, and then we might see, some deeper, type of correction. Or if we close above this level, it's good times for Litecoin, guys. There is not much holding us, until, way higher levels. Like I'm talking 150-ish to 189-ish. This is levels that are possible for Litecoin at least, okay? RSI is it's in bullish territories, okay? It's in nice territories when it comes to Litecoin. Like, I like this. This is not bad so far. Let's have a look at the daily. Okay, alright. Yeah, that fight is real. We had a little close. Look, we had a bit of a close on the daily above $90, but this is the problem. There was no follow through. Look how, how we got, back below this level pretty fast, right on the next candle. So, unless we see a candle close above this area and then an actual follow through, at least to these levels, and then a close above this level, I'm not gonna be waiting for this one. I just want us to see, get above this level on a daily, then eventually see around $106 to $114, because not much holding us in that case, okay? We do have support around 84-ish to 80-ish, low $80 for now. If that doesn't hold, next support is around, these levels right here, okay? Between $73 to $77, like, otherwise, looking at the bigger picture, it's still looking fine. It's still looking fine. Like, I can't say it's looking that bad. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Okay. We have negative momentum on the oscillators. No nice divergence, nothing like that. We had a bearish divergence, right? That is kind of playing out right now. MACD is bearish as well. But it's fine, guys. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If we close below this level right here, let me draw a box. It's much better. For those of you wondering why this box, okay? A lot of people confuse it and think, I'm looking at, these wicks and so on. That's not it. Look left. Look left. Where's the bottom of this box? Right here. What is this? Old resistance. Understood? Okay? Because I had a friend ask me and I was like, no, it's not the wicks. You're getting the whole thing, confused. So just look left a little bit, okay? So we do have some support around these levels. If we break below this level right here, it's $6 on the 4-hourly. See eventually around, 84-ish to lows of $80. Not that shocking, okay? Otherwise, I don't know. Like, if you ask me personally, yeah, short-term correction possible, but still looking fine. Nothing that horrible, really. Okay, let's move on with the next one. DYDX. This is one of those that was perfect, like awesome, TA-wise. There is no bad divergence whatsoever for now on the weekly, okay? Weekly candle close, there was a lot of action, going on in the past week for DYDX, but it's fine. It's fine for now. If we see this weekly candle, like this week's candle coming close above 1.855, good times for DYDX. We're eventually gonna be coming to $2 and so on. I think it's gonna be happening, soon. Like, look at this candle. Like, prior daily candle did not close in the best way. The thing is, this is the thing, okay? We never close below this, the bottom of this box, which is around $1.615, right? So it's still okay. As long as we can see a close above 1.8-ish, $1.81 on a 4-hourly, see eventually like around $2 to 2.2. Not much holding us. This TA got respected as well. We spoke about it like in time. I did tell you guys that it's looking good. We're holding at resistance. Look, we're consolidating at resistance because obviously there was some supply, but looks like there is also some demand. So not completely what can I say, done yet, okay, when it comes to seeing some more good action. Okay, we do have some support around these levels, 1.6-ish to 1.54-ish dollars. Any close below this area right here, 1.54-ish dollars, we could come back all the way to 1.47-ish to 1.38-ish dollars. Okay, like very possible, but we'll take it step by step. Right now it's not looking that bad. We do have this, obviously, if this continues to go up, we're gonna build some bad divergence as well. Let's have a look at the hourly. We have our first positive bar on the histogram. Looks like we're building some positive momentum on the hourly right now. Our size in bullish territories. We have this bad divergence though that is about to build, just like I said on the 4-hourly. Okay, the higher it goes, we're gonna be developing some bad divergence, but it comes with the price action. Like, this is not strange as well. Okay, we have nice volume coming in. Like, DYDX is looking fine. Like, I cannot hate on this action that we are seeing right now. Okay, guys, it's looking fine. So yeah, eventually see around these levels, $2 to $2.2. Okay, and any close above that level, above $2.2 on the daily, will eventually, tell us or warn us that we could see levels of 2.5-ish to 2.7-ish on the dydx. Okay, so let me just draw it for you. Somewhere around these levels. Where is it? Right here. So third resistance, right? Cool. I mean, TA got respected, guys. TA got respected. Like, sometimes, I could be wrong and so on and so forth. But before yesterday's stream, or Friday's stream, was a legendary stream, if you ask me, because I went through most of the alts we had a look at. And I think most of them respected TA to the dot. All of them came to those resistance levels. We saw some kind of a pullback there, or we saw some type of consolidation there, and so on and so forth. Just like, on dydx, resistance, consolidation, so meaning TA is being respected and so on and so forth. And now, eventually, it's already, running as we're speaking. It's up 10.6% or 11% almost on the new day. This is not bad, okay? This is not bad. So dydx, fine, good. Let's move on. Remember this one. Do you guys remember what I said about GMT? Weekly candle close. We came all the way, look, we came all the way to support. I already told you guys, we came all the way to support. Nice strong pull, and eventually around 0.59 to 0.66. Well, 0.6 to 0.66 right now. If you missed Friday's show, I understand you are wondering what the heck is going on, but things were looking nice, guys. Like, it was awesome, good, awesome times. And look at this. Or before I tell you guys, do you spot anything? Do you spot any Western pattern, or Western, drawing, or Western, indicators on the Eastern telling you something? Before I say anything, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to help you think before I say anything, okay? And I'm gonna circle what I'm just gonna give you a little tip, fine? This is how we learn, this is how we educate ourselves, right? Right here, do you see anything special? Take your time, think it out. And do not be shy. Do not be shy. If you're not sure, but you have an answer, just write it, okay? We also learn from our mistakes, so don't be shy. I'm not judging in that way. It just makes me happy and see that, I can see that you guys are trying. So just let me know. What do you see here? Just exclude this candle, please, okay? Just exclude this candle from the question. But what do you see here? Come on, guys. Then we got the next altcoin to talk about. Come on. Come on, guys. It's I'm gonna give you another clue if you want. It's a brand of a shampoo, okay? Literally, hair shampoo, okay? It's a brand. A known brand. Okay, time's up. Time's up. I expected I expected you guys to. Okay, Mago. Okay, no problem, no problem. I asked you guys if you see something special here on this, circle area, okay? Exclude this candle. Do you see something indicating something? Like I don't want to give out everything, but I did give out two clues, or one clue. It's a brand of a shampoo. It's a very known brand, okay? Do you see it here? I know you guys can do it. Like, I want to see if you've been paying attention, because this same brand, we saw it somewhere else in one of the charts not long ago, and then from there we had some nice action. Come on, guys. If you don't know, just say you don't know, and I'll let you know, and then we can move on. No, Mark. It's this whole area right here. This whole area right here. Except for this candle, okay? Inverted hammer is just, one candlestick. Now I'm talking about this whole action right here. Okay, guys. Giving up? Shall I tell you? Yeah, there is a lot of dojis, but that's not what I'm after. That's not the answer I'm looking for. Okay? Okay, then I'm gonna let you know. Okay, this is this is it. Now, take this with you, because next time, it's good try, Mark, but it's neither of that, okay? Chat. Take this with you. Next time I ask you this question, I want you to strike it with an answer. Like, I want you to give me this answer, okay? So right now I'm gonna tell you the answer, okay? What do we have here? What do we have here? This part right here. And then what do we have here? And then what do we have here? Come on, guys. This is the third clue I'm giving, or second clue I'm giving you. Come on, you know this, you know this. It's part of our bodies as well, okay? Come on. Like, I want to give you the answer, but I want to get it out of you. Come on, guys. One part, two part, three part. The first one looks like a double top. Still, like, good try, but still not the answer I was looking for. Okay, guys, okay, I'm just gonna let you know. Let me remove all this. If I do this, in short, what do you see? What do we have here? We have... Let me just do this. What do you see here? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Now, let's get back to reality. Inverted head and shoulder. You got me? You get me? Inverted head and shoulder. And what happened? We broke out of the neckline. And since we broke out of the neckline, like if you're wondering where is the neckline? Neckline right here. This neckline right here. That was a one crooked neckline. But right here, okay? Let me just draw a line instead. There you go. You see? If it was the opposite, obviously downtrend, right? Incoming, okay? Most likely. But since it's like this, we have an uptrend action going on, okay? A rise going on. You see it? Understood? Let me know if you guys understood this one, because I'm gonna ask you questions like these, you know, next time, just to see if you're paying attention and stuff, okay? Awesome. So we got this inverted head and shoulder right here, okay? This one usually implies that there could come, some, bullish action, okay? So that was DYDX. Let's move on. It's awesome to see that things are spiking up, while we're speaking about it, really. Okay, next. HFT is another one that's looking, awesome, really. Let's have a look at the weekly first. Look at this. Look at this. So, HFT, any weekly candle close above 0.57. It's good times, guys. It's good times. Like, if you want to be a bit more conservative, the top of this trend line, right here, the top of this trend line, okay, 0.616, or let's just say 0.62. Any weekly candle close above 0.62. Good times for HFT, okay? Let's have a look at the daily, because there is not enough, data for me to do much when it comes to the weekly, right? We are like, we literally came and touched resistance. There you go. If I do this and this, you guys see, we touched it before yesterday, and so not bad. If we can break above this level, like on HFT, let me just draw it for you. Hold on. And see eventually around these areas. Any close above 0.53, okay? Even for hourly close, really, it doesn't have to be daily. Eventually around 0.57 to 0.62-ish dollars, okay? Like, we got some nice support on the 4 hourly right here. There you go. Any close below this area, then see eventually, around, 0.3-ish dollars, like not much holding us really. 0.33 to $0.3 is the next support. If we see any 4 hourly candle close below this, this trend line, old resistance, okay, below 0.3735, pretty much the same here. Let's see eventually around 0.33 to 0.3-ish dollars. But right now it's not looking bad. I mean, at the moment it's not looking bad either, okay? We're probably gonna come and retest, old highs, well, current highs right now. And then any 4-hourly candle close above 0.53. I think even hourly, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Yep, even hourly candle close above 0.53, then see eventually around 0.57-ish for a start. Any close above that one on the hourly too, not only for hourly, see eventually around 0.62. But it's not looking bad, it's not looking bad. So this is pretty much, HFT. Oscillators are positive, RSI is in nice territories, at least bullish and so on and so forth. On the daily, we're not overcooked like many of these altcoins out there, okay? It's pretty much fine still. MACD bullish, other momentum on the oscillators in general, right? We had some nice divergence, that kind of played out. Hence we are seeing, this move right now. So cool. Okay, Mago, no worries. So it's not looking bad, guys. It's looking fine. Like still positive momentum going on. Both on the oscillators and the action. Can't hate on it that much, right? So let's just see what Bitcoin is doing, so on and so forth. Let me take notes of what we've had a look at so far. HFT, DYDX, Aptos, Litecoin, what else? Did we have a look at GMT, right? I think we did. Guys, did we have a look at GMT? Yeah, we did. Okay, we did. Cool. Okay, so we had a look at Aptos, the DYDX, GMT, Litecoin. Okay, let's take a small mini break. Let's take some questions in. Go ahead, and then Mark. Soon, I'll do a fast, I'll go through the fib real fast for you, okay? And then we'll have a look at, after the questions, we'll have a look at Decentraland, GMX, Bonk, Render, Gala, okay? And a few more. Okay, chat, shoot your questions. I'm waiting. What this red line? This is something I drew on my own. Uh, you know, old support and so on and so forth, old resistance. As we all know, different time frames shows you different directions of the trend, right? Yep, right. So I'm always getting tripped up on which time frame should be watching if I'm trying to do a swing or short trade, aka scout. Okay, so let me see if I've understood your question correctly. So your question is if you're looking at the daily, you don't know if it's a swing you should be looking at, and if you're looking at the 4 hourly, you don't know if it's a shorter time frame. And is that the question? Just so that I do not answer, something else. Did I understand your question correctly? There is a nice explanation to that. It's a very good question because I know for a fact a lot of traders look at the 4 hourly and they get confused. They don't know if it's, they should take another trade in, the next 4 hours, or take some decisions, because it's the 4 hourly time frame, or how long, they should wait if it's the daily they're looking at, and so on and so forth. Something like that. It's like no different time frame shows you different information. Okay, something like that. Okay, well, this is the thing, guys. Sometimes when you look at the daily, okay, it is a swing trade action on the daily time frame. So let's, if you're looking at the daily time frame, it could take days to weeks. A lot of people do not, think that. I don't know why. Maybe it's not, if you don't have the experience, sometimes it's difficult to know that as well. But sometimes, when you're looking at it, you get in on the daily, or you want to get out on, you're waiting for a pullback on the daily. It's not necessarily gonna come the day after you notice, that the pullback is coming. It could take days to develop, okay? Sometimes you see that there is strength coming in and the trend is about to reverse. It could take a week or two. Sometimes, it could take from a few days to weeks. And looking at the 4 hourly time frame, sometimes the 4 hourly time frame, for the action to take place, it could take days. It could take days, okay? Like days meaning 5 days up to a week. It's very possible, very, very possible. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens within 24 to 48 hours, but sometimes it does literally take days. Mostly it takes days. The hourly time frame is a bit different. The hourly time frame, it could take a few hours, it could take a day, something like that. So it's all different. Then when you're talking about, looking at the shorter time frames, like the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that, then we're literally just, not, we're not talking, more than an hour, okay? Then if you're in a trade on the 10-minute chart, do not forget about it and think you're gonna, take action on the 4 hourly chart after, entering on a 10-minute chart. That's different. If you get in on a 10-minute chart, then you should probably, be watching the 10-minute chart to take the next step or next decision, because otherwise, if you're looking at the daily after, taking entries or exits or longs or shorts on the 10-minute chart, you're probably gonna get like wrecked in one way or the other, okay? Because then you're confusing the time frames and the trades all up together, okay? So daily could take a few hours to a day or so. 4 hourly it could take, a week, a few days, and so a daily time frame could take days, if not, weeks in some, times, and weekly could take months. Fine. It doesn't mean, weekly time frame is 1 week. That's not what it means. Did I answer your question? Like, did you? Is that what you were looking for, Mago? I hope I explained it, good enough. All these things are things that we are gonna be discussing in the Patreon, as well. But I understand it's a bit confusing. It's a good question, so I hope a lot of people, get some um, understanding from this as well. Yeah. So if I want to swing and scarf, so I should look at the lower time frames, like the 1 to 15 minutes. Well, If you want to swing and scalp, I think you mean. If you want to take swing trades, I think it's better with the daily Mago. Like swing trades, daily fine, weekly fine, because swing trades we're talking about a few days up to a week and so on and so forth. In some matters, months. It's day trading is a bit different. Day trading, then maybe we're talking about 4 hourly time frames, so on and so forth, like the shorter time frames, right? Hourly time frames, so on and so forth. But no, swing trading, then I'd stick with the daily. I'd stick with the daily time frame because it will take time to develop. You don't have to stress. You don't have to be looking at the chart now and then and so on and so forth. I hope that answered your question. Because the 1 to 15 minutes, we're not talking swing. We're talking literally day, probably, shorter time frames. So definition of a swing trade is something that could take up to a week to a month. Yeah, days, weeks, okay, months. That's swing trading. That's swing trading. And it's less stressful because you don't have to have a look at the charts like every now and then. You can just look at it maybe a few times a week and so on and so forth, and that's it. It could last for days. When it comes to swing trading, days, up to a week, 2 weeks, in some cases a month wouldn't be that surprising. So I'm trying to develop a strategy so I can scalp trade during the day, I guess. Okay, then look, if it's during the day, I'd be looking at the shorter time frames, like shorter time frames, not the daily at least, and definitely not the weekly. Like that's how I played. At least that's how I played. Because if you're looking at the weekly and so on, then you're talking, long, a bit more longer time frames. Okay. Most people, especially in stocks, when they talk about swing trading, okay, the positions are, most of the times they keep their positions for, 1 to a week, a few days to a week, or in some cases, as long as a few weeks, okay? So it's when it comes to scalping, shorter time frames, much shorter time frames, okay? So what I'm charting, I should just worry about from 1 minute to what? Nah, like 1 minute is a bit too short. Like, look, I think in your case, by the questions you're asking me, I think hourly, would be fine. Hourly would be fine, really. Like, yeah, 4 hourly depends on the market really. 4 hourly could be fine depending on how, how fast the market is, doing things. But definitely not daily, definitely not weekly either. Okay, should I look at the weekly and daily time frame so that I can hit the hours? Okay, should I look at the weekly and daily time frame so that I can hit the hours? Okay, can you reframe that question mark, because I don't think I'm sure I got it. Okay, I'm still a bit confused by your question mark, but is are you trying to ask if okay, should I look at the weekly and daily time frame so that I can hit the hours? I don't understand what you mean by hitting the hours. I have to follow the biggest frame and I respect it. Look, in short, guys, if you're looking at the hourly, you can play it, daily wise, okay? If you're looking at the 4 hourly, it could take days, fine. If you're looking at the daily, it could take, days to weeks. If you're looking at the weekly, it could take weeks to months. Did I explain it good enough? Because if I'm looking, let's say I'm looking at the hourly chart, okay? I'm looking at the hourly chart. I'd expect I'd expect things to play out, within the same day I'm looking at the hourly chart. But if I'm looking at the 4 hourly chart, it's different. If I'm looking at the daily chart, I'm not gonna be stressing. That's why sometimes I tell you guys, okay, I'm seeing that the bulls are tired or the bears are tired and so on and so forth. And you often hear me say, it doesn't mean it's gonna play out straight away the moment I say it. I'm just saying it's coming. Okay, then it could take, a few days if I'm looking at the daily chart. If I'm looking at the weekly, it could take, up to a week to some weeks. You understand? If I'm looking at the daily, it could take, a few days to some weeks as well. But looking at the 4 hourly, a few days is possible. Looking at the hourly though, then I'm talking about, within a day or so, okay? Within the same day at least. Full mark, because when I chart from the 1 day, then the hour, then the 50 minutes. That's how I draw my lines. But I noticed that strategy does not always work for me. That's why I'm asking questions. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I think it's maybe not working because you're confusing. Maybe you're drawing, on the. Let's say you decide to take, some positions or hold something or something like that on the 15 minute. Then maybe start, looking at the daily. But if you're looking at the 15 minute, then you should keep an eye on the shorter time frames, okay? Right where you are. Because it's gonna play out pretty fast if it's the 15 minute chart. But if it's the daily you're looking at, and daily you decide to take positions, on, or to get out and so on and so forth, it could take times to build. Because since it's the daily time frame, you see the question, the difference, Mago? So do not confuse it. If sometimes I take, if I take a position on the 4 hourly, okay, it could take days to play out, literally days to play out. Till, let's say for example, I enter at this level, and this is hypothetical, okay? We're just talking hypothetical, okay? I'm looking at the 4 hourly time frame. I get in at this level, and I'm expecting, Bitcoin to come to this level. It could take a day or 2 days, something like that. It's not gonna come straight up to this level, okay? But if I'm looking at the hourly, and I, wanted to, I want to get out at these levels, it's probably gonna happen, within the same day, okay? But for hourly, it's gonna take its time. Daily, it's gonna take its time a bit longer. You see? So did you guys understand what I mean now? Or did do you have a better understanding of how to use the time frames, And with practice, just, remember what I said and try to just try it yourselves and see if it works out for you. And then if it starts making sense, it's gonna start, melting in your heads and you're gonna understand, the difference and so on and so forth. But this is a good question because I understand a lot of people confuse it. It's not easy to figure out, but it's possible to work out. Okay, it's possible. You're gonna get better at it, guys, as time goes. Okay. I appreciate you answering my question. It's just that not sure why sometimes my strategy works and then sometimes it goes the wrong way. I'm still working that out. But it's a good question, Mago. I hope this helps you find a better understanding and helps you with your hypothetical traits and so on and so forth. So practice makes perfect, right? And your questions are good questions that could help a lot of people watching the stream, because that's one of the best things to know when it comes to time frames. Because if I look at the daily, it's like me sometimes going out releasing some videos, and I see that, well, bears are gonna take over, and they're here and so on and so forth, and maybe I'm looking at the daily when I'm seeing that and so on and so forth, and maybe some people do not agree, okay, and they start disliking the videos and so on and so forth, and then it happens in a few days. It happens in 3 days, like you see it consolidate, and then you see a dump. Some people might not agree because they're expecting it to dump straight away the same day or the next day, but that's not how it works. It's gonna take its time, especially if I'm looking at the daily. That's why I have different resistance and support levels. I have the hourly, I have the 4 hourly, I have the daily, and so on and so forth. When I do TA and I show you the TA that I do, because on the 4 hourly it's gonna take time, on the daily it's gonna take time, on the hourly we're talking soonish. Okay, understood? Yeah, it takes practice, and then you guys are on the right path. Okay, so keep that head up. You guys got this. Eventually it's gonna come to you. Okay, the more you practice, the more you start seeing and taking notes of things that do not work out for you is one of the ways to not repeat the same mistake again. Okay, so just keep it up with the good questions and practicing and so on and so forth. Now, Mark, you asked me a question about why I didn't use the fib from the top last time. Let me just bring back this one. um hmm let's see if I can find. Hold on. Did you ever put out the line chart on Discord like the correct head and shoulders rising wedge? I'm currently studying patterns, so I'm not sure my charts that I have are 100% accurate. Line chart on Discord like the correct head and shoulders. I'm not sure I understand which chart you're talking about, Mago. Do you mean a patterns like cheat sheet for patterns? Let me just understand you correctly. You can keep on just repeat that question for me so I understand a bit better. But until then, let me show Mark because he had a question as well. Okay, Mark. So your question was why I pulled. We were looking at the weekly, right? Let's take the weekly. Where is it? Is the weekly not here? Right here. Okay. So your question was why I took the fib from this level right here, right, Mark? That was what you were asking, right? Okay. Simple answer. Where was before this happened? After this top, where was the next top? Right here, right? Right here. So, before doing this, if I do this, I'm gonna be expecting, then, I'm gonna be expecting, straight up to these levels. But the thing is, the last top on the weekly was here. It wasn't here, it was here. Hence, I drew it from this line. You understand why I drew it from this line? Okay. The last top, looking at this chart, was not up here. It was down here. So we came down, we went up a little bit again, topped, and then we came down again. You see why now, right? And if you want to know, well, does this make any sense? Does this make any sense? Look where we have this 0.618, okay? Just draw a line like this, right? There you go. Draw this line, just like this. And then you see that we have some type of support around these levels, right? You had some resistance around these levels as well. So you see, you got some things confirming, okay, it makes sense, so we're good, right? If you do this, then you're looking at longer term areas, for where it's gonna be coming. But if you want to be a bit more conservative, you look at the last top, which was around these levels, okay? And then you pull it down and you see where you could be heading next. And we're talking weekly. A lot of things can happen before that, okay? All right, Mago, go ahead. Next question. I mean, that question, I didn't understand, what you meant. Oh, okay, so on the 0.618, this area is so important. Yeah, it's one of the important, all the areas are important, but we're talking about the golden fib area-ish. That's around, 0.618-ish levels, okay? But all levels of the fib are important. But I'm gonna discuss more about this, on the Patreon. I'm not gonna discuss this on the show. We're not gonna have, the time to talk about everything. But yeah, there are different levels. The 30, the 0.382 is important. The 0.50 is important. Like, and every one of them have a special role on the fib. But that is gonna be for Patreon and so on and so forth. But I wanna at least, tell you about the basic things, and that is, the basic things that we just, took up right now. Okay, Mago, please, please do reform your question so I can understand it a bit better, because I got a bit confused. If you're talking about a cheat sheet for patterns, no, I haven't shared with the group yet. That's if that's what you mean. I have to make my own chart striker, pattern. I do not want to, copy and paste, from Google and so on and so forth. Sorry, no problem. I have a pattern sheet that tells you falling wedge, bullish rectangle, stuff like that. I'll send it to you on Discord. Just let me know if it's a good chart to read from. So yeah, sure. Just share it on Discord and I'll definitely have a look at it. No problem. But I'm gonna be working on these kind of things, patterns and so on and so forth. I just do not want to copy from Google and so on. So I'm gonna have one for chart striker and share it with you guys. So all good. Until then, let me know what you guys have and I'll definitely, I can chip in, let you know if it's good, if it's not good, if it's safe to to learn it or not. Because there's a lot of wrong explanations and pictures and so on and so forth in Google, and I had to learn it the hard way. It took me many years to learn, that some things, well, half of the things out there, and I can't understand why they are wrong. Because I think if they're copying it, from, people or books or something like that, it should be right, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Okay, shall we move on with the next altcoins, friends? I hope I answered your questions, good enough. Okay, let's have a look at Bonk. So Bonk, we hit resistance, guys. We pull back, and guess what? We are actually holding support right now. Okay, it doesn't want to give up yet. On the daily, I don't have any, I don't have a lot of data to share with you. If you think about it, it's actually going sideways. Look at this. Let me just do this, and do this, and do this. Notice right now, just going sideways pretty much. Do not mind that the channel is pretty much crooked, okay? If I spend time trying to fix it, we're never gonna, move on to the next altcoin, but you get the point. Just, moving sideways, okay? And that was drawn on the daily. Do not confuse it with anything else. Now let me adjust it to the 4-hourly. Cool. Going sideways, there was indecision. If you think about it, guys. Oh, I have to tell you something nice that I see on Bonk. But first of all, if you think about it, the demand is not that high on Bonk. Like, the trading volume on Bonk is 178 billion. 178 billion. So there's a lot of sells, there's a lot of buys, and so on and so forth. That's fine. But just going sideways, the fact that we keep on being rejected at these levels, and this is not the first time. If I pull this back up, like, back to the left, you guys can see we've been rejected a few times, like here. It keeps on being rejected at these levels. It's only gonna get better if we can see a close on a daily above 15,651. If you want to be a bit more conservative, 16,377, because then we're gonna break out of this sideways action and actually try and come and retest this level right here, okay? But one thing is for sure, bulls are, kind of tired. Not bulls, sorry, excuse me. Bears are kind of tired, okay? Bears are kind of tired. So on the daily at least, that's what I can see. That's not bad. And look, now I said on the daily, it means it could take days, up to a week or two or something, to develop, okay? But it could take days, fine? It's not gonna happen just like that. But they're starting to get tired. If we get, see any daily candle close below 10,820-ish, okay? 10,760-ish. And yeah, do not forget the 0.0000 before the numbers that I'm talking about. Then, of course, we're gonna get, go a bit lower, so do not be shocked then. Like, we can come all the way to 903.0, 8768 levels, somewhere around these levels, okay? So that's bonk on the daily. On the 4-hourly, now let's see. Look, as long as we're still below this hard line, not expecting to see this. If we get above this one, the middle of the hard line, which is around 12,791, then eventually see around, these levels again, this resistance again. But as long as we're below this level, we could see some sideways action, keep on going. Like, can't say much. But on the 4-hourly, there's something nice that I want to talk about. There is this nice divergence, like very nice divergence. Just look. So it's going hand in hand with what we see on the daily when I said that the bears are kind of getting tired, okay? And we see this nice, divergence starting to develop on the 4-hourly at the same time. It hasn't finished developing, but it's definitely developing, okay? So that plus, you see what I mean? You see where I'm getting to? So let's just give it some time and we'll see what happens. But we came to resistance again, like before yesterday, when I said that it was looking good. It was looking good then, but then we touched resistance and kind of fell back again. So we'll see what happens with bonk on the hourly. Let's see now. Nice divergence on the hourly as well, building right now, like not that bad, not bad at all. Holding support, cool. Like if you see an hourly close above 12,011, around these levels, then that would mean we can come and retest, the hard line again, at least. So that's bonk. Moving on to the next one. Let's see now. Render. Weekly render, not bad, but there's just bad divergence, going on. So be a bit, keep my eyes open just to see what happens. But prior weekly candle closed good enough, but not like it could have been better if we see it close above 0.693. Okay, it didn't, but good enough, not bad. Like it's a nice candle nevertheless. Let's have a look at the daily. Okay, there's some consolidation going on at resistance. Well, one of the resistances right here right now. If we see any 4-hourly candle close above 0.7-ish dollars, we don't have to wait for a daily really. Then see eventually around this resistance, close to this resistance, we really got close to that area because we came all the way to 0.75, okay? And the bottom of this resistance level or profit taking box is around 0.77-ish. So not far away, pretty much, close, okay? A few cents away and so on and so forth. It's not looking that bad right now. I'd give it some time. I'd give it some time to see what happens. If we pull back and we close below this level right here, we close anywhere below this area, 0.66-ish dollars, it mean we pull back a bit more, to at least, 0.6 to 0.57-ish around these levels, okay? So that's render on the daily at least. Not bad at all. Played out, nicely when we had a look at it before the pump. So can't complain. Let's have a look at the hourly. Yeah, look how it's like having some difficulties to close above this level, even on the hourly right now. Like, bears are definitely trying to show their face, guys, on render. Nice pull up, on the 4-hourly. Look at this, came all the way to support areas. This box has been here for a few days now, so we came to support levels, pulled back up, but we still, can't close below this, close above this area right here, which is, yeah, kind of, I don't know, I'd be a bit cautious. Like, if I see a close above this level, fine, then eventually see you back around these areas. But then we have this resistance on the 4-hourly around 0.72-ish dollars, right? If you see a close above that one, well, if you want to be a bit more conservative, 0.74, okay? If you see a close above 0.74, then see eventually around these levels. But until then, I'd be a bit cautious because, yeah, like, bears are kind of lurking, somewhere in the back. So I'd be a bit cautious, okay? And on the hourly, we have resistance around, let's have a look, 0.74 also, okay? So close above 0.74 on the hourly, pretty much the same like the 4-hourly, right? That would also mean, so we don't have to wait for a 4-hourly candle close, okay? Any candle close above 0.74-ish to take us to this resistance area right here, fine, okay? So that's render, cool. And support, it's, yeah, like I said, we close below this level, see eventually around these areas, okay? Like, as long as, look guys, as long as it is above this level right here, render 0.5, this support right here, okay, 0.54 to 0.52-ish dollars on a daily, it's fine. But if we close on a daily below 0.61, just the top of this box, not a wick or anything like that, an actual close above below 0.61, then yeah, we could come to these levels, okay? Then like, let's say hypothetical trade, I'm in it right now. If I see it close below that one, I'd probably, be out and wait for these areas at least. And, I'd wait to see if there's strength around these levels and then take action again. So that's render, right? Let's move on to the next one. Like all these, when we spoke about it on, I think it was Friday, like, things were looking nice. Nice. Okay, Gala. Right, we're gonna have a look at Zen as well. I know a lot of the viewers, like keeping an eye on it. So okay, um, Gala weekly candle close indecision. I do not like the fact that we couldn't close above this level, guys. For Gala, 0.5, 0.055. Okay, if we see at least this week close above it, it's fine. But right now there is some indecision going on. Keep that in mind. And on top of that, if Bitcoin starts to curl over, expect this one to curl with it as well, especially something like Gala. By the way things are looking, we have bad divergence on both oscillators. On top of that, like, it was looking good, but right now and be a bit cautious, right? Daily, there's still positive momentum on the oscillators, but there's also some bad divergence going on. Okay, uh, look, in simple, Gala, as long as we can't close above 0 point this level, this pink line, or this box, if you want to be a bit more conservative, I'd be cautious. But if we see a close above 0.057, okay, then see eventually around these areas, 0.06-ish, not 0.06, 0.067 to 0.072, okay? If we can see a close above this level. Right now we're still holding the support area right here. Look, listen, right here, okay? As long as we do not break below this one, we are fine on a 4-hourly time frame, that is. If we break below this level, see eventually around 0.039-ish. If we close below that one, back to this support at least. Okay. And on the 4-hourly, of course, bad divergence on this one as well, unless we close above this pink line. Okay. Like, there is some bad divergence on one of the oscillators, so keep that in mind. RSI is in nice territory still. Nice candle, depends on how it closes in 1 hour and a half. Depends on, but we have this resistance around this level, this box that we drew a few days ago, maybe on the last live stream, I don't remember. It's still here. We need to get above it, okay? And then we need to get above, literally, if you want to be conservative, we need to get above this line. This is a main line for the daily, for the 4-hourly, okay, and so on and so forth. We got this on the hourly, it's a bit different. We got not some new support on the hourly. Hold on, let me just draw it for you. So hourly support right here, between 0.047-ish to 0.046-ish dollars. So if we lose this one, then see around 0.045 to 0.044-ish dollars, guys, okay? And hourly is clearly saying that bulls are exhausted. I do not care much for the volume that we see right now. If would have been something else if it was matching up with the price action, but it's not, okay? Well, not price action, Easterns, to be a bit more specific. Not to my liking, really. There's some bad divergence on the hourly as well. So, pullback expected, right? If you want to be a bit more conservative, like if you see it close below this level, then it's gonna be a warning that like hourly close below this area, warning that we could come to these levels, okay? So that's Gala. Okay, next. You guys noticed that, hold on. Let me show you something. We have a bit of difficulty, getting above this 22,781 on Bitcoin right now. Ethereum kind of, stalling more or less. Not looking that strong when it comes to the bulls. But then, besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, you guys notice that altcoins like Phantom, Quant, so on and so forth, DYDX, the one that we had a look at, they're looking a bit stronger. Look at the hourly if I zoom in a bit. Compare these candles with what we're seeing on Ethereum and Bitcoin right now, right? Hey Edwin, welcome to the show. Glad you made it. Hope you've had a good day. Like, nice to see all of you are here. Like, you guys are making the show, For me, this is hype. This is hype. I usually do not hype a lot, but I'm glad to see all of you are here. Okay, so we were gonna have a look at Zen. So let's have a look at Zen, right? Look, there's something interesting going on with Zen right now. My pleasure. We have this trend line that I drew on the 4-hourly chart, okay, not on the daily, that I drew on the 4-hourly chart. So we could, pull back to these levels. Wouldn't be that surprising if we break it though. If we break it, then see eventually back to the top of this box, okay, this support box right here. And if we close below, this area right here, 1548-ish, kind of not much holding us. It's kind of free space all the way here, to the middle of 1401 to all the way to 1053. But there's some nice divergence on the 4-hourly. Notice there's some nice divergence, okay? So I'm expecting us to see some type of a pullback, somewhere around these levels. I mean, pullback at least, to these levels right here. Then if we can see a break on the 4-hourly chart above 2064, next area that we have resistance around is this level right here, okay? What was that? What is this? Hold on, let me just remove it and this. Okay, so this is the next resistance I'm looking at. Like, it's not really that different from this one. It's these two resistance areas combined in one, pretty much, okay? Let me just do this. Instead of drawing new boxes all the time, just gonna extend it to the right instead, which is better, right? Or let me do this. Or not. And this. Because look, resistance has not changed for Zen, okay? It hasn't changed for Zen at all. Let's have a look at the hourly. But keep in mind that nice divergence on the 4 hourly is building, okay? On the hourly, unfortunately, it's not bad. That's why I said we can pull back, to these levels and touch this trend line. Wouldn't be surprising. But we have this bad divergence, going on the hourly on both oscillators, right? So we need to see it close above this level first. Let me draw it. Hold on. So if you see a close on the hourly above this level, that would be the first warning sign that it could go higher, to the levels I was talking about. Hourly resistance right here. Light blue. Or profit taking levels, whichever you like to call it. Okay, cool. And then next resistance. Also on the hourly, okay? If we see a close above this level right here, 2065, see eventually around these levels. Any close above this one, see, next is, that 4 hourly, 4 hourly, not only 4 hourly, I should actually change this. It's also the hourly, okay? So 4 hourly and hourly, right? There you go. Because it was the same resistance looking at the 4 hourly, look. So hourly kind of the same, okay? We have some type of resistance just to be extra conservative, extra precise. There is some type of resistance right around this level right here that we can meet. Hopefully it's not crooked. Of course it's crooked. Okay, much better. So that's Zen. I do not like this bad divergence. But then again, like look, it doesn't look like the bears are tired right now, okay? Which could take us a bit lower. Wouldn't be that surprising, fine. But if we start seeing, some type of strength coming in from the bulls, unfortunately, we are gonna have resistance here then. If we pull back down, just see like this. If we pull back down, then we might meet some resistance around these levels then. It hasn't played out yet, I'm just saying, okay? If we see it do something like this, we're just predicting right now, okay? It hasn't happened yet. We're just saying in case, if that happens, we pull back down, so on and so forth. Okay, we come to these levels maybe, or maybe we kind of halt at these levels, okay? Doesn't matter, here or here. And then we come back up, We could find some resistance, so on and so forth. So we need to break out of this level as well, if this happens. Now, this is if. I don't know the future, I don't know what might come, but I'm just saying, the bears do not look tired on the hourly. While I'm saying this, they keep on coming, okay? So, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. On the daily, the fact that we couldn't, break above this area kind of was a bummer. If we would have seen it break above this level, next resistance would have been, somewhere around 2707-ish, for a start. But that didn't happen. Okay, the fight came between the bulls and the bears, and bears took over clearly. Okay. What's the weekly doing? Let's remove everything. Neither this nor that. So we'll just stick to the daily TA and so on. Cool. If we break above this trend line, and something like this happens, you know, we break not above, we break below it, and then we get rejected and so on. That's not a good sign. Just letting you know now if that happens, okay? That's, as a trader, you have to talk about different scenarios and be prepared, you know, just be prepared in case this or that happens, so you're not, you know, caught off, you know, and you're not, you know, prepared for it, and then you don't know what to do, and then you're trying to take actions while things are going on, and then you stress, and then you take actions that you probably would not have, you know, would not have taken if you were not stressed, and you maybe thought about, you know, it and so on and so forth, right? If you if if you have plans for trades or plans for different scenarios, then you're planning not to fail, okay? But if you don't have plans, then your plan is to fail, literally. So that's Zen, that we covered that up as well. So let's see next. Like so far, we've had a look at HFT, BYDX, Aptos, Litecoin, GMT, Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, as usual, Bonk, Render, Gala. Not bad, right? Let's have a look at Ripple as well. Remember this one? A lot of people were getting bored with Ripple a lot, but I did tell you guys, it's actually one of those that where the RSI is not overcooked, you know, compared to many altcoins right there. Ripple is one of those that's taking its time and doing its thing, okay? Like it's really chilling out there and doing, you know, nice moves. Like it's not looking bad on the daily. It's not. Looking at the weekly, not looking that bad either. We pulled back, you know, support held, and we're at resistance right now, you know, when it comes to the daily. So, in other words, if we see any close above this level on a daily, see eventually around, you know, next areas, which is around 0.45-ish to 0.46-ish for a start. Ripple, not looking bad at all. And by the way, not only daily, but any 4-hourly candle close above this area, 0.416, is a warning that we could go higher, you know, to the next level I just mentioned, okay? Support, we have new support. It's the bottom of this box. If we close anywhere below it, then expect it to go back to this support right here, pretty much. Daily oscillators are looking fine. Weekly though, like it is starting to get above neutral soon, like pretty soon, okay? But it is at neutral right now. Not much going on the weekly. But daily oscillators are in positive, you know, in a positive vibe. Both oscillators. RSI is in very nice territories, okay? That more or less it favors the bulls. Fine. Volume kind of declining while price action is kind of rising. Let's give it 24 to 48 hours and see what comes out of this, but it's not looking bad if you ask me. On the 4-hourly, okay, negative momentum on the histogram. MACD is bearish, but RSI is also in nice territories that favors the bulls more than anything else here too. But like I said, also on the 4-hourly, we need to see a close above this level, 0.4161, okay? The top of this box. If we see it, eventually, we will come and retest these areas, okay? 4-hourly resistance, next resistance, is a bit different to the daily. On the 4-hourly, it's right here, between 0.44-ish to 0.45-ish dollars, okay? Let's have a look at the hourly. Looking nice on the hourly as well. Like, I cannot be mad about this. Like, Ripple is looking fine. But also on the hourly, we need a close above this level, you know, to continue upwards. Simple. It's that simple, okay? There's this nice divergence that already built on the hourly. Um, well, look at this, it's clear. Uh, but there, that same, that nice divergence that we're seeing on this oscillator does not exist on the RSI, okay? So it's just on one of the oscillators. But it's not looking that bad. We just need to close above 0.412-ish, 0.4164-ish, to see a bit more push to the upside, but it's not looking bad at all. But then it's another thing. If it gets rejected at these levels, or we break below this area right here, okay, 0.3966, yeah, then expect a pullback. Okay, so that's Ripple. It took its time, while everything else was going up to digits percentage wise. This one was just kind of chilling and taking its time, and now it's starting to show some good signs, you see. But it really was chilling when everything else was going bananas, right? But yeah, if everything works out, see eventually around 0.44-ish for a start. 0.44 to 0.46. Daily wise, 4-hourly wise, so it could take time, but eventually it will come if we can see a close above this level, okay? So that's Ripple. Let's move on with the next one. Right, Freedom Sound? Welcome to the show, by the way. Glad you made it. Exciting, super exciting. Super exciting market. Like, you can't be bored. You gotta be happy. I keep on telling people, be happy, because a lot of people are down. I don't know for what reason. Like, how can one be down when the market is like doing so well? I suspect those are bears, okay, or maybe they have short positions. I do not know. I'm not so sure, but I'm suspecting that's the case, because why would one be mad? Like, things are doing well. He is being respected on top of that, so let's see now. We are gonna have a look at Link as well. One that's been taking its time, just like XRP, right? Look at the RSI when it comes to Link as well. Just like XRP, it's taking its time. It's not stressing out. It's just building slowly. Okay. There are positive momentum on the oscillators when it comes to Link USDT. Like, literally, doesn't it look like a copy of Ripple? Hold on, let me go back to Ripple. This is Ripple. This is the weekly Ripple. Look at this. Let me just remove all the noise. You see this? And now fast forward to Link. Would you have guessed that would you have guessed that after seeing Ripple, if I had, if you didn't know that this was Link, would you have guessed that I changed the chart or something like that? Okay, like, except for the price action, $7, $0.4, it's a big difference. But looking at this, price action, would you have thought it's not Ripple? Literally a copy of Ripple, okay? Looking at the candlesticks. Anyways, weekly is looking fine. Like, it would be even better if this week closes above 7.53. If it does, eventually around, 8-ish dollars, 8.7-ish dollars eventually, okay? But we'll give it time. We'll give it time and see what happens. On the daily, Tina, our side is in nice territories, that would favor the bulls more than the bears. Not bad at all. See, like we need to see a close above this level, guys. You see the highlighted area right here, 7.3-ish, 7.329. On a 4-hourly would do it as well. That would mean we will go a bit higher to our, at least, 7.7-ish dollars, okay? Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. There is no bad divergence on the histogram, but on the RSI it's kind of building, okay? It's kind of building. It doesn't mean we can't, come to these levels, just letting you know, since daily's really not looking that bad. One could argue, but it's not looking that bad, okay? I've seen worse. Weekly, kind of the same. 4-hourly, we kind of pulled back, to support, okay? This area right here. Pulled back. We're still holding this, the bottom of this box, which is not bad. If we break below it, it's eventually around these levels. Fine. Let me draw it extended for you guys. There you go. And if we break below this level, then eventually we can come to 6.5-ish to 6.3-ish and so on and so forth. Possible, but like I told you in the beginning of the show, as long as Bitcoin doesn't take a hard turn down, some altcoins could take their time and so on and so forth. We could see, some shorter time, corrections and so on and so forth. But it's fine. Like, things are fine, in general, okay? So we need to see a close above 7.25-ish. Okay, 7.25-ish on a 4-hourly. On an hourly, 7.23-ish dollars. That would mean if we see any 4-hourly or hourly, especially hourly candle close above 7.25 also, okay? Then we could come to these levels pretty much for length. So the support, and the resistance, and what we need to break above on the hourly and 4-hourly for us to continue. But yeah, there is some resistance around these levels. Let me just draw it for you right here. We got some resistance around these areas right now, okay? Around this 7.25 level, okay? Cool. So that was link. Awesome. Let's have a look at the next one. Solana. Good old Solana. Well, it's not that old, but you guys get what I mean, okay? So weekly, Solana, let's just cancel all the noise. Obvious fight going on. There is some bad divergence, kind of, building on Solana. I completely missed that. What happened? Hold on. Oh, welcome, Sarpel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sampel Gringo. Sampel Gringo. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you found it. Like, this channel is growing, guys. Like, I'm so glad you guys keep on, finding it and so on and so forth. I hope you find, value and so on and so forth. So, Solana, okay? We need this, like, look, there are different resistance levels we have to break above when it comes to the daily and the 4-hourly and so on. But on a weekly note, it is so very important that we see it close above 33.17-ish dollars for this to keep on continuing, okay? To at least, 40-ish, like I said last time, to at least 40-ish, eventually we could see, 45 to 50, but we'll take it level by level. I do not want to hype you guys that much and so on and so forth. But there is definitely some bad leverages starting to build on Solana. Like, we could rise up. I'm just saying, if we do not see a close above 33.1 something dollars, we could, see a nice correction done, okay? So remember, 33.2 is important level, okay? It's right at this area right here. Let's just say $32, okay? I just drew it. I actually had a drawing here. $32. If we can see a close above $32 on a weekly, it's gonna be awesome. Let's see what happens this week. There's a fight going on between the bulls and the bears. Hopefully the bulls, kind of smash the bears down. If not, yeah, we could, pull back a bit lower, okay? Daily is looking fine. We have some, positive momentum on the oscillator still, but there's definitely some, bearish divergence, building. You can't deny that either. But it doesn't mean, like I said, I'm not ruling out this $27.5 to $28. Just like I said it in the, short video that I made on Solana, I'm still not ruling that out because guess what? We're holding these support levels, okay? We came down a little bit and then bears decided to fight, well, bulls decided to fight with the bears again, okay? So I'm not ruling out $27.5 to $28 yet. Unless we see a daily candle close below $23, then it's a different story, okay? Even for hourly, I don't have to wait for the daily. Any 4-hourly candle close below $23, I'm gonna put it to the side, okay? Maybe we'll see it some other time in the future, but for now, not ruling that out completely yet. We need to see a close above this area right here, okay? On the 4-hourly, above 25.85-ish, 25 point, let's just say $26. If you can see a close above $26 on the 4-hourly, hourly would do it too, guys. Okay, hourly would do it too. Then see eventually around that $27.5 to $28 that I was talking about. Okay, that's the resistance for Solana that I see next up. Any close above $28. Remember that $30 we were talking about that people might think it's crazy to see on Solana, but it's not that crazy if, like, with this exciting market and everything else, it's really not that crazy, okay? It's very possible it could happen, okay? Any close above $28 on the 4-hourly, see eventually around these levels, 31 to 33-ish dollars, okay? How much holding us, guys? Main daily resistance is if we see it close above 31-ish dollars, okay? If you want to be a bit more conservative, $33, the daily resistance is around these levels, guys. Somewhere between 35-ish to 40-ish dollars. We have this major resistance around this 37.47. Keep that in mind. But somewhere around these levels, like, it's starting to get super interesting. The closer we get to these levels, the more interesting it's getting for Solana, okay? At least for me. Like, I like what's going on, and I'm so glad that we spoke about this so early, because when we saw this, a lot of people, probably thought it's not gonna come, because this ascending triangle I drew it on the 4-hourly time frame, right? And what did we say, Mago and chat, when I was talking about, time frames and so on and so forth? Sampello, thanks, new to crypto, just currently invested in Solana, Ethereum, and Aragon. I had mixed feelings investing in Aragon, don't know much about this crypto. Well, fundamentally, I do not know much either. Like, the community that we have here are, awesome. Some of them, can be of help. If anybody knows anything about Aragon, let us know in the chat, okay? But TA wise, we can see, what's going on with this and that. So don't worry. Like, if you're new, welcome to the crypto space. Like, you're about to have one hell of a ride, Sampello. But it's exciting. It's devastating at sometimes, depressing at sometimes. But all in all, it's even the depressing part is exciting. So I'm glad you got in and so on and so forth. It's risky, guys. It's risky, but we can't deny that it's fun. It's educational and so on and so forth. Yeah, win some, lose some. Just like in life, you win some, you lose some. So, like we were saying earlier, chat, for hourly time frame could take days and so on and so forth. So we saw this, nice ascending triangle so early, so early. We literally caught the bottom when it comes to Solana. We literally caught the bottom, okay? Not the bottom here, but you guys understand what I mean, okay? After we closed above this resistance, it was some nice momentum that came in. Like, market sentiment completely changed. Like, people were not believing that we could even, close above these levels. But look, this $15, that horrible resistance that Solana could not break above for so long, got broken. It broke, and since then it's been crazy days for Solana, just crazy moments, okay? So for me, it's still looking fine, it's still looking good, not much to worry about. On the hourly, we have different resistance areas, so you guys know, okay? And yeah, I was gonna say that ascending, triangle that we drew on the 4-hourly time frame, by the way, it took days, okay? It took days, literally. I could just extend this, but then it wouldn't be an ascending triangle then. But we kind of fell down below it, but it took days, and then bam, okay? Now let's move on to the hourly and see what's going on there, because on the hourly we have different, resistance levels. So if we can break above 24 point, well, just $25 on the hourly, gonna be a bit difficult, to see this, the top of this box, okay? If we start seeing that the bulls are kind of, losing strength around these levels, around $25 on the hourly, could mean we could pull back, at least, to this level again, all the way to 23.5-ish dollars. Fine. Let me have a look at as well. One can draw a trend line just to keep an extra eye, right? Then do this. Which could tell you, like, if you see it break, below this trend line, and this is the 10-minute chart. If you see it break below this trend line, the lower we go, right? Correction. So that's Solana. Let's move on with the next one. What's Bitcoin doing, guys? What's Bitcoin doing? We're fighting left and right. Phantom, kind of stuck below this resistance. Oh, this is Phantom Bitcoin. Excuse me, I thought it was Phantom USDT. There you go. Let me just remove the price label. Awesome. Chat, how are you feeling? Like, I gotta have a sip of water and then we're gonna continue with some more altcoins. Because, like Freedom Sound said, market is exciting. Like, there's a lot to talk about still. Even though I keep on, talking about a lot, there's still a lot of altcoins to have to have a look at. Guys, HFT is kind of doing a lot of things right now. Look at this, up 13, well, 14% on the new day right now at the moment. Near, we'll have a look at near as well soon, right? This one was also another one that, this one we literally cut at the bottom. Which one of you guys were here watching this live stream with me when we cut the bottom? I know some of you, probably Mago, Freedom Sound, you guys must probably have been here when I was talking about this one. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm buzzing. I've just learned how to follow MACD strategy. There is so much in TA. I can't even begin to tell you this and that, but there's so much to learn when it comes to TA. But MACD strategy is, well, learning about the MACD is not bad at all. Like, learning how to use it, how to read it, and so on and so forth is not bad. And we do have a Discord channel where a lot of people are, learning at the same time, driving and so on and so forth, just trying to advance in TA and so on and so forth. If you want to join, the description, the link is in the description below, because we do discuss, some things and so on, but do not worry about it. Everybody, like most people, are learning, especially new people to the crypto space are learning right now. So you're not alone, Sampil, you're not alone. It's good to learn about different things when it comes to TA. Until you find your own TA style, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Then everybody eventually is gonna form their own trading style, techniques and so on and so forth. You learn a little bit from this, a little bit from that, and so on and so forth, and then you form your own style, which is, which works out for you. Yeah, you're welcome to join. Okay, guys, so near, we caught it at the bottom. This one, we caught it at the bottom, and I told you guys, we could come back a bit lower. I'd have my stop loss, a bit tight, around these levels, so on and so forth. If we would have closed below this area, what was that? Hold on. If we would have closed, below this level right here, it would have been a different situation. Okay, we would have probably, went lower, but we had nice, divergence. First of all, we had some nice divergence. Okay, on the weekly, on the daily, I saw already reversal patterns around these levels before anything else happens. And I told you guys, even better if we, come back a little bit, confirm this as support. And it took days. I spoke about this, reversal, pattern. It took days to form, literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? After 13 days, because I remember I told you guys about this one when it was the 21st or 22nd of December, okay? It took days, and after that, it was good times. Now, near. We are close to this next resistance soonish, between 2.63 to 2.87-ish dollars, okay? It has expired. Hold on, let me just change it. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see now. I thought I changed the settings so it doesn't expire, but yeah, Mago, I saw that you sent me something on DM. I'm gonna check it out. I'm guessing it's the pattern, so I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm glad you told me about Discord, because it's not the first time people have told me, you know, that it's expired, but I keep on changing the settings, but the settings change back. Okay, now you got the right link in the description, just change it, so hopefully it works, and if not, just let me know. Okay, so weekly near was also, you know, with the bulls and the fight, you know, the bulls and the, you know, bears, you know, fighting. You need a close above, you know, 3.117-ish dollars. Otherwise, the bad divergence that is, you know, building might very well play out. Doesn't mean we can't go high, you know, to these levels, but it means that we are not out of the danger zone completely, guys, okay? If we start being rejected at these levels, okay? Keep that in mind, right? Let's have a look at the daily. So, looks like we are about to touch the bottom of this box. Cool. Eventually still around, you know, 2.6 to 2.87-ish dollars. After that, next resistance is around, well, $3, okay, on the 4 hourly, especially on the 4 hourly, that's the next resistance. But any 4 hourly candle close above the $3 area, or hourly, even hourly would work. Let's see eventually around these levels, okay, 3.2 to 3.5-ish dollars, fine. So that's here, it's not looking bad. Really not looking that bad. Let's see now. On the 4 hourly, we have some bad divergence from both the oscillators, but our side is in nice territories, which favors the bulls more than anything else, okay? Daily, it kind of reset. Our side reset. It's looking better than what it did, you know, at these levels, okay? So there's still room. There's still room. Yeah, any daily close above 2.6 really is a warning that we go a bit higher. On the 4 hourly, any close above 2.56, another warning, we go higher, okay? On the hourly, we need to see a close above, I think we had it, but we need to see follow through, okay? We needed to see a close above 2.55 on the hourly. We kind of did. Look at this. We kind of did, okay? Problem is, if this one gets back below this level right here, then there was no follow through, then it failed. You get the idea, right? Let's have a look at support levels and so on when it comes to near. So on the daily, we have obvious support around these levels. Let me draw it for you. Hold on. On the 4 hourly, it's pretty much the same on the 4 hourly, okay? Same support levels. But if we see a close below the bottom of this box, 2.23-ish dollars, okay, on near, on a daily, then I'd be cautious because then we could see, the loss of $2 all the way to 1.9-ish dollars, okay? If we see a close below the bottom of this box, cool? For Ali, it's kind of the same support, okay? We lose this one, see eventually around, I can actually remove this one right now, I don't think it's, or just hide it for now. Any close below this level, see eventually around, 2.1-ish to loss of $2, okay? In short, loss of $2 all the way to 1.96 wouldn't be that surprising. Same thing on the 4-hour. On the hourly, it's a bit different, of course. You see why I talk about different time frames? Because, it's different, things to look at, different, ways to handle, the positions or whatnot, and so on and so forth. On the hourly, we have some support around these levels, guys. Yeah, any close below 2.3-ish would mean that we come a bit lower. It's not that big of a difference, but I have to be, unbiased. I have to give you my unbiased TA. Like, I can't, mix my opinions with the TA, even though I don't think there's that much difference. Like, it's not necessary for me. If I wasn't watching the chart with you guys, I wouldn't draw this one, okay? Like, I just know in my brain it's somewhere around these levels all the way to these levels, but somewhere between 2.3 to 2.237, okay? But if you want to be a bit more conservative, any close below this level, 2.3, would take you a bit lower to 2.2. We're talking about short time frames, it's the hourly, so gotta talk about all these things. Okay, so that's near. Good night, Sampel. Oh, Mago, sorry. I thought it was Sampel going. Good night, Charles Striker. Good night, everybody else. It's getting a little late for me. Got to get ready for. Oh, Mago. Have a good night's sleep, okay? Like, try to regain your energy. I hope you have a good night's sleep, and thank you for tuning in. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. And have an awesome day at job tomorrow. We gotta, pep, each other. It's sometimes like Mondays are a pain. Mondays are a pain. So I hope you're gonna have a good start, to the week, okay? So that was near, my friends. So we've had a look at so far HFT, DYDX, Aptos, Litecoin, GMT, Bonk, Render, Gala, Zen, Link, XRP, Near. Good times, good times. Sinner, good morning. Well, we end up saying good night to Mago, and we end up saying good morning to Sinner. Welcome to the show. Hope you've had a good good sleep. It's so fun, that everybody's from different time zones and so on and so forth. One is sleeping, one is waking up, one is this, one is that, right? Usually I have this $20 request thing, Sampel, in case you didn't see that, because I don't think I've ever had a look at Aragon. Guys, I just want to highlight GMT right now at the moment is up 19% on a new day. 19%. We're just talking, we're just hanging out, we're just doing TA, and then what did I tell you guys? Inverted head and shoulders. Now this you can take with you, Sampel. I was just telling the guys about what pattern this is. This is good things to know, okay? Good things to know. Inverted head and shoulders. This pattern right here. This is called an inverted head and shoulders, okay? And when you break the trend line, the neckline, sorry, when you break a neckline, then you get this type of action. You see this? You following, Sampel? I'm just, telling you, since you told me that you're new to the crypto space, so this is some good TA that you can take with you. Hopefully it will help you with some other markets as well. Next time you see something like this, guys, chat, everybody else watching, anything like this, and you see it breaking out of the neckline, then it's most likely to do this. It's not always 100%, but most likely it's doing this, okay? No problem, Sampel. I don't think you need to set your bank on YouTube and so on and so forth. Like, I think it's a bit more, it's a bit less complicated than that because it's not connected to YouTube and so on and so forth. So you don't have to put your bank and account and so on and so forth on in YouTube at least, okay? So it's just, if one has PayPal, it works just like that. No worries. But anyways, the pattern, IHS, respected as heck, okay? I'm trying not to swear, but it's exciting to see because we just spoke about it. Like if it would have been the opposite, completely opposite, do you see it's, something like this? I know I'm repeating it, but since we have, somebody new, I just want you guys to feel this, right? If you have it, like this, upside down, and then it breaks, this neckline, then, it's gonna get respected, okay? Right? It's almost up 20% while we're talking. HFT 17%. Oh, you mean when you mean this pattern, or do you mean this one? Damn, I gotta stop, having the drawings. Hold on. It's an accident. It's an accident. You mean this pattern, Sampel? Yeah, this looks like it's about to drop to hell, but oh, you mean the whole market? Yeah, I don't know about that. I do not know about. I can't say I completely agree because Bitcoin, yeah, short-term corrections and so on and so forth. But hold on, do you mean reverse to the upside or reverse to the downside? Now I'm a bit confused, so I follow. Like short-term corrections, very expected, very expected, very expected. Okay, they could happen. But in general, weekly is still looking good. Oh, reverse to the upside. Like, yeah, possible. Like, altcoins are going nuts again. Again. Let's have a look at Aptos. Just to see what's going on with it, right? Oh, it's trying so hard to break out of this this resistance, guys. This 14.37 or 14.4-ish dollars. If it does, see around $15 soon-ish. If it does. Like we have half an hour left until this 4-hourly candle closes. Things are about to get interesting. Very, very much so for many of these altcoins. Okay, let's have a look at GMX. I know that Freedom Sound kind of reminded us of that one last time, so we can have a look at that one as well. Oh, wow. Okay, GMX. Okay, I kind of just didn't like this, but hold on. Let's have a look at the weekly, right? We'll start with the weekly since weekly candle close for everything. Okay, it's hanging on there. It's kind of hanging on. If we start, like if this candle closes anywhere below, this level, let's just say 46-ish dollars. Not nice for GMX, but weekly candle close, just happened a few hours ago. Let's give it 24 to 48 hours, and let's head over to the daily and the 4-hourly where we can see some more, signs of what's going on. Okay, so there is let's see now. There was this bad divergence, kind of played out, touched the bottom of this box, as resistance. Okay, kind of holding support. Look, positive momentum on the oscillators pretty much. Let me just, say that, okay? Except that our side keeps on curling downwards, right? MACD is still bullish on the daily, 4-hourly. Why I said wow in the beginning is because I did not like this, action right here. Kind of showing that Gears, came in, trying to say hello and stuff. We do have this support at this area right here, right? If we see any hourly close or any 4-hourly candle close below this level, next support is around, $48 on the 4-hourly, hourly as well. But any hourly candle close below $48, if one doesn't want to wait for the 4-hourly, then we go a bit lower to at least, 46-ish, 45-ish dollars, okay? But bears are kinda lurking, guys, just so you know. So we'll see if $48 holds. If not, you know what's about to happen, okay? Apparently we have some new resistance when it comes to the hourly, okay? The new resistance is around 51.5-ish dollars. Let me just draw a line right around this level. That was one crooked resistance line. Hold on. There you go. So hourly resistance around this level. Okay. If we can see a close above this one, we could, come and retest, these areas. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So that's GMX. Like, if we can see a close above $60 on the daily, okay? Above $61 on the daily. Like, really not much holding us until 70-ish, okay? Somewhere around $70. Just so you guys are aware. That's what's going on with the GMX. Pretty much same. If you see any daily candle close though, I have to talk about this, below $44, okay? Then there is not much holding us until 38-ish to low 40s, $40 to $38 for a start, okay? Somewhere on these levels on the daily. That is if we see a close above $44, okay? So that's GMX. Is that going to a downward trend? Well, right now it's consolidating if we look at the daily, but on the 4 hourly and hourly, it kind of looks like it, yeah. But if we see strength come in around, $48 on the hourly, especially, it looks like it wants to continue, okay? If we see strength, coming in around $48 and the bear starting to lose steam and so on and so forth, because I don't see any nice divergence and whatnot on the hourly. Okay, we can't see that. MACD is bearish. For hourly, MACD wants to turn bearish as well. So, it's curling downwards. We could, maybe see some strength and it holds. But we are like the positive momentum is getting weaker, okay? It's getting weaker. So I'd be a bit cautious. And we had this type B bad divergence as well on the RSI. So that plus that plus that plus that, everything is kind of telling us it's probably going to continue a bit, a bit lower. And then if $48 doesn't hold, yes, we continue downwards a bit more, okay? Awesomeness. Yeah, it's important to see, if bulls come back showing strength, or if bears are losing, steam and so on and so forth, at support, at resistance, and so on and so forth. From there, we can kind of predict, or kind of, see what could, not see for sure, but kind of predict, what might come, okay? And might in big letters, okay? Because not everything is a certainty. Thing with TA is it's kind of a risk management thing, okay? We try to manage risks a bit better. Look at Nia. And some say crypto is boring. It's not even boring, that boring in a bear market. You still, have a lot to learn, even if it's like bear markets. I know, they get to us. They're boring, to have a look at and so on and so forth. But we can't deny we learn a lot from the bear markets. You learn a lot. Bitcoin back below 22.7. Yeah, it's having a bit difficult time, getting above this area on the hourly. I have my alarms, set, just in case we get above this level, 23,000. And then we'll see from there, because, yeah. And let me tell you guys, like, many of these altcoins, look nice and so on and so forth. But the second, Bitcoin, has some type of a correction, it takes these other altcoins with it. Like, most of them at least, follow, okay? Let's see if near can break above this level. Like 21 minutes left for the hourly and the 4 hourly. 21 minutes left. Let's see now. Thank you, Sampel. Thank you. Like it was nice having you here, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And just turn on your notifications, and I'm sure you won't miss it. Thank you. That was so kind. Sweet words. Thank you so much. And may you advance and thrive and have a very successful year, you know? Also a healthy one, okay? Because without health, we can't do much. So hopefully, you know, health to all of you. I always wish you guys that. But I'm glad you found the channel. So welcome to the Striker community, Striker gang. Welcome to the community, Stumpa. And have an awesome day or night or evening, and see you on the next one. Okay, Nir. Okay. You're very welcome. Ciao. Goodbye. So we got cello. I don't know if did I mention cello last time? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. But we are at resistance. Just a fast recap. We are at resistance. Support held. Weekly. Not looking the best really. There's this bad divergence, like clear bad divergence on cello on one of the oscillators. No, I take that back. On both oscillators, guys. Okay, on both oscillators. Like unless we see certain levels, like price breaking above certain levels, it's gonna be there. On the daily, got rejected at resistance again. 1, 2, 3 times. This is the third time we are getting rejected at resistance. Like, if we can see it close above this area, fine. See eventually around 0.838 for a start. Okay, 0.838 to 0.85-ish. Any daily candle close, any 4-hourly candle close above that one. See eventually around 0.927-ish. Like, I don't want to get into it that much because we still have difficulty getting above this level. If we would have been able to get above this level, okay, fine. Then I'd, come and talk about higher levels as well. But right now, we have 17 minutes left. 17 minutes left for this 4-hourly candle. We do have some support around these areas, okay? All the way from 0. Yep, 0.67-ish to 0.62-ish, okay? Support right here. If you want to take it step by step, we can have a look at the hourly, and then we can see that. Here we go. I can just draw it for you guys. Hold on. Cello. So an hourly candle close below this area. Below 0.71-ish, really. Okay, we have some support here. This is on the hourly. Then there is really not much holding us until 0.67-ish, 0.68-ish to 0.66-ish. Like, if we lose that one, that is. And I can also draw the next one. Hey guys, hold on. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, cello. That's cello, okay? So you know what we can expect if we break above this level, and you know what we can expect if we close below this area, eventually around these levels, and so on and so forth. I mean, some altcoins are up double digits percentage wise right now. Double digits, okay? At least in my watch list. But I just, I'm like, I have my eyes tight on near. And it keeps on going. It keeps on going. What's Bitcoin and the others doing? Kind of pulling back. Okay, pulling back, pulling back. Quant still at resistance, and so on and so forth. I do not like this. I don't know if the pullback is already done, but expecting pullback. Quant, just looking at the charts, the way it's looking. Our size really, fine-ish, okay? Kind of reset. Positive momentum. I mean, it's in positive, well, it's in bullish territories, more or less. That divergence going on, though. Yeah. Same thing on the RSI, really. If we look closer, okay? But I do not like how, like, look, when I see these kind of things, I'm not trying to freak you out, but I just do not like the looks of quant right now on the daily, okay? Kind of gives me this, it wants to pull back, vibe looking at these, Easterns and so on and so forth. Weekly is okay. Weekly is okay. Daily can't see the same. For hourly, okay. We kind of held support. We have to give it that. Question is the pullback over by the looks of things, the more I zoom in, because on the daily it doesn't look that way, guys. It just doesn't look that way. We pulled back, support held, fine. We pulled back all the way to 136. The end of this box was around, 138. So we pulled back a bit more, lower than the box. It's okay. But for me to be convinced that we are gonna go a bit higher on quant, I'd like to see a daily candle close above $148, okay? Literally the bottom of this box, okay? $148.8, $149. Just let's round it off. $149. If we can see that, okay, nice. We could see some more action. Otherwise, it's not looking the best right now, okay? We could pull back all the way to these levels. It's not out of the question. All the way to $135, very possible. If we lose that, eventually around, 133-ish to all the way, old resistance, new support, right? 127, somewhere between, these areas. But I'm like looking at the 4 hourly and wondering if, okay, in 10 minutes, if this closes anything like this, most likely that we continue with this, pullback a bit lower again, because we're being rejected at resistance. I can't call this a breakout above. Look, we have resistance here. This blue line holds support near resistance. Okay, if I just extend it, I'm gonna remove it again. But I can just extend. There we go. You guys notice, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We got what? 10 minutes left until the weekend candle close, guys. 10 minutes left. See what happens. Not weekly, 4 hourly. Excuse me. It's getting too late. Okay, it's 4:50 a.m. 4 hourly candle close for all these altcoins and Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. There you go. Okay, 8 minutes left. Then I'm gonna call it a show, guys. I just wanna see what's going on, how this 4 hourly candle close is gonna close. It's been an awesome, awesome stream. A good one, okay? Like, I'm glad all of you, joined in. We've hyped, we've had good moments, we've seen things rise in front of our eyes while we're speaking about it. So, all good, all good. I just want to say thank you for all the likes, guys, like all the views, all the love. Appreciate it. It warms, it makes, the streams even more exciting for me, not only for you. So thank you for all the love. I'm just taking a rest, guys. I'm still here, but just resting. 5 minutes left, and then I'm gonna call it a show. Just wanna see how this candle close, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on and so forth. I guess correction is, due. Well, not correction, either, pullback, then consolidation or something. Well, daily, yeah, we could see a correction. You know, if it comes all the way to 21.8, wouldn't be that shocking, really. Okay, loss of 22,000 to 21.8 wouldn't be surprising. A daily candle closes below that level wouldn't be the best though, but pulling back to these areas is possible. And then it will take altcoins with it, at least most of them will kind of follow. Oh, excuse me. I had somebody send me, well, not somebody, one of the viewers, Mago, send me this just to see if it's good or not, if he should study it or not. I'm just gonna see if it's at the same time while I'm watching this, dubbing, you know, getting some work done at the same time. Okay, guys, we got our 4-hourly candle. We got rejected at resistance, looks like. Well, well. Yeah, more likely that we kind of come a bit lower. You know, if we like don't see anything else right now. See eventually, I guess, around, you know, if 22.5-ish dollars, okay, doesn't hold around these levels, okay, here, right here, yeah, most likely that we go a bit lower to at least, you know, to the bottom of this box again, 22.3-ish dollars, fine. So that was it for me, friends. Like, thank you for tuning in. I enjoyed the show as much as you did, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. And for those of you replaying this stream, if you love the content or you find the content to be valuable, please do consider, you know, subscribing, liking, hitting that bell, and so on and so forth. You know, much love to all of you. And stay safe, take care, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Good night.